Tarson versus Ret.
And it's going to be awesome. First game of the European Bnet Invitational 2011. Mr. Bitter and you, first time ever we're going to cast together.
It's going to be great. I can't wait.
And what an event. Like, oh yeah, can you two cast like the European Bnet Invitational? Like,
sure, why not?
Let's use it as warm-up, man.
It's going to be awesome. So while this game's getting started, huge shout out to the sponsors, Razer, NVIDIA, and Intel. These guys making this event possible. Couldn't do it without them.
No, definitely. First map, Metalopolis. I'm not sure about the other two maps. I don't think they updated us about it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll hear when this one kind of gets going. But we are underway. Starting off, we've got Liquid Ret spawning as the blue Zerg player over here at the 3 o'clock position. His opponent will be Tarson, the red Zerg, over at 9 o'clock.
Alright guys, welcome back. Finally we are in game. Of course Tarson is not the red Zerg but the red Terran, but that's okay. He is indeed spawning at the 9 o'clock position, while Liquid Ret spawns at the 2 o'clock position. That is of course cross map. We are playing on the MLG version, even though I don't see any supply depots. Did they change that?
I think they're only revealed after you scout that ramp. You
Really?
can't see it in the fog.
Ah, I learn something new every day.
There you go.
Of course, I'm not an MLG player nor a shoutcaster, so I'm not too updated with that stuff. Mr. Beta, of course, you as an aspiring Zerg player yourself, cross map is something that's should give you a comfortable feeling.
Well, I mean, the rush distance would be closer than close by air. I'm sorry, the rush distance would be longer than close by air. So things like a 2-Rax would be a little bit more risky out of Tarson. Now, in Home Story Cup, he did 2-Rax Idra twice with great success. So I'm kind of curious if he's going to try that kind of thing here against Ret, or if he's just going to use one of the more standard styles, 1-Rax. And it looks like he's about to throw down that gas. So yeah, he's going to tech a little bit.
Alright. Red, of course, well known for his not only his Zergling run-bys, but just in general, he loves to snipe off new incoming units, and cross-map in general is a lot better for that, I think, than if he would have spawned on close air. Then it's always harder to get those Zerglings in a good position, snipe off those new units from Tarson, etc. Oh
yeah. The real strength of the Zerg army is its high mobility, and Ret's a player that loves to exploit that with counterattacks and with timing pushes. It's way too early in the game to call what Ret's going to do, but he's really been favoring this sort of Roachling Bane style that just kind of crushes Terran when they go to take that third base. So I wouldn't be at all surprised to see something like that out of him. He has gone for the fast hatchery and throwing down that spawning pool, I believe, on 15.
Yes, that is correct. And of course, Red has been practicing this matchup a lot. I mean, he went to the NSL playoffs, which is impressive on its own. And there, unfortunately for him, he did meet Puma in the first round, who actually managed to win the entire tournament. I think our game sounds are a little too loud. It would be nice to change that, but I guess we can do that afterwards. But yeah, and just in general, I know that he's been practicing this matchup a lot, and also with a lot of success. I know in Europe there are a lot of Terrans complaining, like when they play against Red, that's not.
Well, his ZVT is just so sick good, and if you guys tuned into MLG, you saw him going toe-to-toe with Korean players, taking games off guys who hadn't dropped games in the entire set, and coming really close to knocking Ganzi out, which impressed me in a big way.
Yeah, that's of course very impressive. Still one refinery for Tarson. He is right now putting that adding on the barracks, and it's going to be a reactor, so most likely we are going to see at least, to say the least, a decent Hellion RS.
Oh yeah. This is really standard out of Tarson. Just the 1-Rax, probably Hellion expand. He'll make 2 Hellions, throw down a command center, make a couple more, and then just carry on. What I'm interested to see is we've seen some Korean Terran players really taking that a step farther, getting a very fast blue flame, elevating Hellions and Marines into the main, putting on a lot of pressure with that. I wonder if that's going to catch on in Europe yet, or if it's still kind of in development.
I think Tarson going to be a little bit more of an old school style, but we'll see. Interesting that he uses his command center to temporarily wall off. That also means that he's not bothered at all about it getting scouted. I mean, Red could of course always sacrifice one Zergling for the greater good, run up that ramp, and he would see that command center straight away. Now it wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world, but still, it's information that Tarson doesn't seem to care about, that he gives it away so easily.
Yep, trying to poke out that ramp, but he's not actually going to see anything. Going to turn that Ling around before that Marine can pick him off. I agree with what you're saying there, Rotterdam, but I also think that Ret knows that Terran, if they go early Hellions, they have to expand behind it, because you can't really win the game with one base Hellion play.
That would be pretty cool, though.
It would be. That would be terrible if one base Hellions could just win games outright.
I know, that would be the worst. Now, interesting that Tarson actually switched up the reactor again with the barracks. Now he went for that add-on on the factory, this time attack lab, and now he is researching that pre-igniter upgrade already. So that's interesting strategy by Tarson. Very interesting opening. I haven't seen it a lot executed in this way.
Next question for me is, will he follow this up with a starport and kind of carry on with this Korean Hellion drop style, like Hellions and Marines, or is he going to just kind of control the ground, do a bunch of Blue Flame Hellions with some Marine support?
Well, that comes to Starport.
Starport is down.
There is an Overlord over here from Ret, lurking around at the edge of Tarson's base, but didn't really see anything yet. I don't think Red is expecting Blue Flame right now. With this first two Hellions popping out that early, then most of the time you figure out, okay, it's going to be a reactor build. I haven't seen it that much, that they switch it up that fast for Blue Flame.
Yeah, this is new, man. The matchup is evolving a lot, and it's exciting because when there's when a new build shows up that's really good, it's like a huge metagame shift immediately. So you're absolutely right. Red is not expecting this Blue Flame. He's got no Roach Warren anywhere in sight, and that's absolutely what you need if you're gonna adequately defend this kind of aggression.
And he still didn't see. He did see the orbital command this time, and he did see his Zergling, of course, getting roasted by that Hellion. But Blue Flame wasn't ready yet, so Blue Flame is still not revealed to Red. And I really think this might actually catch him off guard just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. So Spire is going to kind of be the thing that Red has to fall back on. In other words, he's going to have to defend this push with just Spine Crawlers and Zerglings. Yeah. I don't think he's actually seen this leaving yet. Does he have tower control?
No, he doesn't actually, because we had Hellions near the tower. So this is actually very dangerous for Red. If we take a look at the unit counter tab, we have 1 Zergling, 50
and he's
drones,
still making
3 queens.
Oh my God, Red loves his drones. 8 Lings are on the way now, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough for the Blue Flame Hellions and the Marines.
No, Spire is 3/4 done right now, so that's not going to take that long anymore. But of course, he's going to have to produce the Mutas as well, so that's going to take a little longer. Here we go. Now Red will see these Hellions, and he will probably see that they are Blue Flame as well. If Tarson is going to take out this 2 months, that's exactly what's going to happen, and this is starting to look really dangerous for Red.
Yeah, really, really tense moment. The question is going to be, can Red get enough units out in time? Tarson does see that Spine Crawler and turn. Oh, and he's going to elevator up into the main. I love this. This is what we've been seeing out of these Korean players. Queens are going to focus that medevac, but with the Hellions on the low ground, oh, this is so close. There's not a lot of creep spread, so that medevac could maybe move around to the back of the base, but no, Tarson deciding not to commit right there.
So far, excellent defense by Red. He doesn't have a lot, and still he pretends like he has a lot. Put the units there right in the face of Tarson, makes it quite hard for Tarson to engage. Tarson not sure if he wants to sacrifice his units or not, and now Red actually did save enough times for those Mutas to come out, and 8 Mutas were produced right now. 3 are out already, 5 more are pretty close to being completed, I guess. 5-4. It's going to go out one by one. Excellent defense so far by Red without doing anything, and that makes him such a good player.
These Mutas are going to give him so much map control. We're going to get an engagement here. Lings are attacking into the Marines, running backwards, kiting into the Hellions, but the Mutas are there, and those Marines are just going to be shredded under that glaive attack of the Mutalisk. Hellions are going to see that third base, but they can't really do anything about it. The Mutas should be able to clean that up, and Red is going to be able to start droning once again.
Excellent defense by Red, honestly, saving so much time, making it so scary for Tarson to really put those units up. With those 3 queens there, might actually lose the medevac straight away. Now these Hellions are really taking a lot of damage. Of these couple of Mutas, good job right there by Red once again. Little sloppy by Tarson there, could have controlled it better.
Yeah, lucky for Tarson, Hellions are really fast. Those Mutas are going to give chase, but it's going to take them forever to actually close on that. Meanwhile, look at the income. 58 Harvesters for Ret, 41 for Tarson, our Terran player. Mules are supposed to close that gap a little bit, but 2 command centers or 2 orbitals dropping mules are not going to make up for a 15, 16 drone deficit.
We do have 1 bunker over here for Tarson, so he's safe for these couple of Mutas for now. Red must have a couple of Mutas in his main, because I wonder where the rest went. He didn't lose any yet.
Well, he's basically... okay, he's got +1 attack just now starting. I was wondering if he was going to continue with the Mutas, and he is. Baneling Nest finishing up, +1 attack on the way. Just so many drones. Am I reading that right? Does that say 83 Harvesters?
No,
that can't be right. 63, okay. Wow, I was about to freak out.
It's okay, man. Calm down. We've got a long day ahead. We have 50 Mutas on the field for Red already, though. That's pretty sick, to say the least. These Mutas right now hanging outside of the main base from Tarson. Tarson does have a missile turret up here and there, but I just see 1. I think Tarson's going to take some big losses over here. Just 1 missile turret against these group of Mutas. Missile turret falls down straight away. A couple of SCVs are going to bite the dust as well. Matter of fact, joining in to heal the SCVs, though. That's so imbalanced. You can repair them and heal them.
This is actually really hard for Tarson because he didn't do any damage early. Terran really relies on that early poke to do something, right? Because if you let those drone numbers go unchecked, Zerg just gets so far ahead that it's so difficult for Terran to catch up, and we're noticing it's starting to show in the supply. Ret with an almost 40 supply lead now. A lot of Mutas coming out. He's still adding more drones. He's going to be up over 80 drones here shortly. Baneling Speak finishing up. +1 melee just now starting, and these Mutas are just dominating the map. Tarson's so afraid to even walk out of his base.
Tarson has little to no map control at all. Barely sees anything of the map. Makes it so hard for him to send his Hellion out. Of course, you don't want to send your 6 Hellions out straight away and let them fly into a bunch of mutas, but it's so hard for him to figure out where those mutas are exactly. This is why he's not harassing right now. He's going for the third base though. He's going to have to be careful. Wow, look at those mutas one-shotting that Hellion.
Man, Tarson really doesn't have that many Marines. I feel like once this upgrade finishes, Ret might be able to just fly in with those mutas and kill everything there, which is a scary thing indeed. So, like, Ret's macro just taking off. Look at that, 81 drones. His creep spread looking very good as well. Fourth base going up and almost connected to that creep. So many mutas. Oh my goodness, Rotterdam.
Yeah, this is insane. Almost a full group of 24 mutas right now. 23 mutas right now. And he's going to do this Mr. Mr. is going to fall straight away. The reactor is taking a lot of damage as well. Oh my god, the tech lab with combat shield, but he decides not to focus it.
A lot of Hellions for Tarson out on the map. They're going to take some big damage from these mutas and retreating back to the Marine Ball, trying to force Ret to disengage. Ret now making a lot of Zerglings. Oh, and morphing 21 Banelings. Ret is getting so big right now.
Yeah, this is insane. Going for a little Zergling run by. This is typical Ret. This is Ret's trademark. He always does this. Mutas in the main, a couple of Zerglings at the net to expand. We do have a couple of missile turrets here and there, but we have so many mutas. This is ridiculous.
Oh man, Tarson's deciding that he has to commit to an attack here because if he doesn't, the game's going to get out of hand. He is pushing down towards the third base of Ret as all this harassment is happening. It's a really scary force there, but there are a lot of Banelings for Ret in his nat. Oh my god, Banelings crashing into everything. Marines are in full retreat, but they are on creep and they are not fast enough. So much damage being taken now, and I feel like Ret can just bring the mutas back and clean this up.
Yeah, oh look at this spike on. Only 33 by left with Tarson.
Whoa!
It was a nice split, but it just most likely is not going to be enough. Look at these mutas killing everything that Ret has to offer. A couple of Zerglings as well, and Tarson just calls GG.
Wow, excellent play out of the Dutch Zerg player Ret. Way to start it off.
Yeah.
Tarson looking a little bit disappointed there. You can't blame him, man. He went for that early aggression, but it didn't happen. Like, he didn't actually do any damage with it. So Ret just getting ahead, staying ahead, powering so hard, and man, he looked sharp that game.
Yeah, Ret looked excellent. I honestly can't really point out any mistake right now. Just excellent play by Ret. What was the next map going to be?
I didn't catch it. Who? So we're gonna get this next game hosted up for you guys. We will. We'll have it going in just a second. So Ret going up 1-0. This is, of course, a best of 3, and if Ret wins again, he's going to advance. That's a big deal, right? The guy that wins the winners bracket is basically guaranteed a spot in Blizzcon. So if Ret can get far enough today, we'll be seeing him in California here in a month or two, and I'm sure that he would be super happy with that.
He did